Hello, this is Andrew here. Some of you might know me as Shredder Gaming from the Launchbox and Hyperspin community forums. So I was having a conversation with Joe Viking 245 on the Launchbox forums, and we were talking about strategy guides and PDFs and CBZs and how to effectively display those um, in Launchbox, and the conversation came up with doing links and things like that. So that got me thinking on how to try to reduce data duplication and still effectively view that information in Launchbox. So um, I I have another platform that I use called Kavita Reader, which stores books and comic books and things like that. So my preference is to use them as CBZs. So after converting all of my strategy guides to CBZs and storing them in Kavita Reader, it just made sense to have some sort of a plugin or a tool that connected the two. So that's what I did. I made a plugin for Kavita Reader to connect into Launchbox. So after, and I won't show the setup, but it's a short, simple setup. You use your server URL and an external or internal domain, and you use the API key from Kavita Reader to make the connection. And then after that, if I have a game that has a strategy guide, I'll get this plugin on the right click menu, and I can choose to link the guide, or I can view it directly in Launchbox, or I can clear the link if I don't want the guide linked anymore. But so I know I have a guide for Donkey Kong Country, so for Super Nintendo. So I will uh, choose to do a search on Kavita. It does a short search, and I have a couple of reports here. It'll show the cover on the left, and so I have one for Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Country 3. Donkey Kong's the one I want. It'll show the title at the top. Um, if you have a web link in the metadata to Amazon, it'll and you click that link, it'll open up directly to the guide linked where the metadata is from, or you can purchase the guide there if you want. It shows the publisher if that's been tagged, the writers, the number of the page, short description. This is all populated from Kavita Reader. So that's the guide that I want. So I'll select OK. I get a confirmation, and then I can use that same right click menu to open the guide, and it'll give me a nice transition screen, and then open up the guide so I can view it, and just like it was in Kavita Reader, so you can view the pages like this and zoom and scroll and do all that other stuff, just like you were in Kavita Reader. I'm also working on something else that will take this a step further so you can view these more effectively in game. So more on that later, but yeah, I found this really useful, or I thought it would be useful to people. So if other people find value in it, I'm happy to share it out. It does need a bit more polish before I'm ready to share, but if there's interest, please let me know. Thanks.